This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by BMO Harris Bank.
I am here with Jade Eriksen Russo of the Metea Valley Girls Soccer team. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Finally got some great weather here in the spring. First thing I want to start with is you've been on varsity all 4 years, such a big part of this team for all 4 years. Mm-hmm. Is there any different feeling as a senior? Has it kind of felt the same way just because you've always been a starter and such a big part of the team?
Honestly, every year has felt different because it's been a different group of girls every year, and especially being a senior now, it's allowed me to have a sense of responsibility. Mm-hmm. And being a co-captain, I'm just honored to be able to be a leader on my team now. And also being a senior to these girls, it lets me be a role model. And I have 2 older sisters, so I haven't really had a chance to be the older girl in any aspect of my life. So now it's great knowing that girls look up to me.
Now, not necessarily your play, but do you feel like you've acted different this year with the team, like as a leader? Yeah,
I kind of feel like I've been in more of an older sister role, kind of, and also on the field, just with communicating, giving directions. And it just feels natural now. Since I've been on this team, I feel so close to all these girls and the coaches.
Have you set any goals for yourself and the team this year?
Yeah, we've set goals as a team. One of the most important ones, one that stood out to me, was that we don't want to look forward too much. We want to focus on every game and really take into account every little detail that we can do in each game instead of looking ahead, even though we have that end goal.
More of a process than just you can't get there right away. Now, you play in such a tough conference in D2C with all these Naperville teams. Do you think playing all these Naperville teams that are so competitive year in and year out has made you a better player personally?
Personally, yeah. I'm so grateful that I've been in such a competitive environment throughout my high school years, because it's going to be really helpful going in and playing against great players into college. So.
And we'll talk about college in a little bit, but do you think playing, I know not everybody you play against is a D1 player, but playing so many D1 players in this Naperville area and in the conference, do you think that kind of helps you for playing D1?
Yeah, and a lot of these girls that I do play, I will be seeing next year too. So
4 more years.
But definitely the competitive and they're just really good energy that everyone brings. Being so competitive, it's helpful to me. Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming one of your goals is to get past the sectional title for this year. What do you think your team needs to do differently that you haven't done in the past to get past that point?
I think maybe just that focus and not taking any practice for granted, and putting work into every minute of what we do. And especially us seniors, we want this so bad. This is our last year, and so I know that we're taking it very seriously.
Now, for you, what have you felt like in your 4 years you've had to work on more and more every year to get to the level that you want to be at?
For me, a lot of times, I'll, if I'm not having that great of a game, I'll sort of mentally shut down, and I've been working on growing and appreciating myself even for my mistakes, because everyone can have a bad game or a bad touch, but you still have to just believe in yourself and shake it off.
And I'm sure in the last few years here, there's teams that game plan against you specifically, because you're obviously one of the top scorers. So how do you adjust to that when you can notice right away that teams maybe are game planning more for you than just the team in general?
I think the biggest adjustment is to not adjust at all and just keep playing how I would play against anyone.
And now adding Nikki Hernandez to the team this year, what's that been like?
Great. I love her as a person, and I love her as a player. And I've played with her in the past. We used to be on the same team a while ago as little kids, even when I was shorter, smaller than I am now. But it's great because, I mean, specifically on the field, I think we have good energy with each other and we vibe well with each other. And as a person, we get along really well. We're good friends.
Now, off the field, does this team do any team bonding stuff?
Yeah. We went to a fun cabin place where we did some, like ghost stories, and it was kind
No
of
phones?
like
Everyone put their phone away?
yeah, that was great, and it was kind of like a movie where all the girls are just like acting like little kids again. I don't know. It was really fun. And then we have like little sisters this year and big sisters. So that's been a good part of this season because we'll get little gifts for each other before every games, and just having that extra person that you know is supporting you really helps mentally.
Do you do any pregame rituals? That could be handshakes before the game, anything, eating something, songs?
So we made this poster with goals that we have this season as a team. And so when we leave the classroom after talking, we all like smack the poster, which is cool. And then on the field, I know a lot of girls have little handshakes with each other. I know me and Emily Lindblom have one.
You got to do it before every game, right?
Yeah,
Every
have
single
to.
game. Now, kind of looking ahead a little bit, the only way it can end as a win for you is a state game.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do win, if you don't win, what's going to be going through your head, do you think, once? Because you're not done playing soccer, obviously, because you're playing in college. What do you think is going to be going on through your head? And I know you don't want to look forward to that especially, but what do you think it's going to be like?
I'll just be so grateful that we make it that far, and just knowing that we worked that hard for it, because this team hasn't made it that far yet. So it would just be great to be that team to get this program there.
What's your favorite memory here so far?
Oh, wow. This is hard.
A lot of the ones I've heard are people, like, it seems like people get hurt and people laugh or something embarrassing.
Really?
Not like hurt, like where someone slips and falls. It's usually embarrassing things that happen to people.
I think it was like last year, this girl, it was really rainy, and I can't even say it without laughing, but Katie Kennedy, she jumped up in the air and slipped, and she's like the quietest person, like you would not expect her to do anything like weird out of the ordinary, but she jumped up and slipped, and just it was funny. You had to be there, so the story isn't really that interesting, but I was laughing for the rest of practice.
Now looking ahead for you, you committed to DePaul as a sophomore. Can you kind of talk about that process and how early it was in the process that you were able to do that?
So I kind of like knew that I wanted to stay close to home, and I have visited other schools, and I just didn't really get that feeling of the atmosphere that I wanted. And being in a big city like Chicago, it's such a progressive city, and I just love it. And I kind of just, when I was there, I just like had the feeling. I was like, yeah, this is where I want to go. So, and the school is great. They have a lot of the programs that I want to explore.
What's the major? Do you know what you want to major in?
I'm going to major in gender studies.
And what's the dream job?
All right, so might not make a lot of money, but at least I'll be helping people. I want to go into nonprofits and help educate women in non-progressive countries, I think that's what I want to do right now. I don't know.
Could you see yourself anywhere in soccer the rest of your life, coaching?
Possibly, maybe coming back to it. But I don't know.
We'll see. Maybe you can help out DePaul's basketball program too. I'm a big
Maybe,
DePaul basketball fan. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, good luck the rest of the way. Thanks for joining
you so
us, and
much.
hopefully you can get your goals for your team.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.